No.
Let me go.
Karens are all over the globe now. It's like you're walking down the neighborhood and see a Karen shouting at someone. They just do it regardless of the fact that anyone cares or not.
Ew. Oh, that's alright. I already got it. Yes, I can.
Actually, you
Yeah, I
can't.
can.
You need to get the hell out of the store now.
Oh, okay.
But let me ask you one thing. When's the moment you absolutely should not be a Karen? Most of you out there would mention anything life-threatening. And what's more life-threatening than getting to know that you'd spend the rest of your life in prison? But unfortunately, being a Karen takes away the last few remaining working neurons in the brain. That's what we're discussing today. So, here are 5 Karens reacting to life sentences. Number 5. Donna Kosel. Amanda Kosel, 25, of Michigan, admitted to driving while intoxicated when her car collided with an SUV head-on. While Kosel was able to walk away from the accident, the other driver, 31-year-old father of 5 Jerome Zerker, was killed, and his fiancée, 31-year-old Brittany Johnson, was severely injured. The judge dismissed another charge of operating under the influence, causing serious injury. She was sentenced to 3 to 15 years in prison. When Lillard heard laughter from the back of the courtroom,
But whoever can sit here at a tragic moment like this and laugh and smile when somebody has lost a family member,
he interrupted the victim's family to eject the 2 people responsible for the inappropriate display, a man and a woman. Donna, Kosel's mother, was the woman. Lillard referred to the man she caught laughing during the trial as a clown.
that clown, and that's what I'm going to call him, a clown, was sitting there smiling and laughing.
As she stated in court, who can sit here at such a tragic time and laugh and smile when someone has lost a family member? Throughout Mr. Zerker's sister's speech, that clown, and that's what I'm going to call him, a clown, sat there smiling and laughing. Because if you don't know how to act, you might end up in jail, the judge explained. Therefore, leave.
Because if you don't know how to act, you can go to jail. So leave.
Donna was sentenced to 93 days in jail for contempt of court after being escorted out of the courtroom by a bailiff. This is a court of law, and these are very serious matters, she explained to Kosel's remaining family members. I know you're all upset because your loved one is going to prison, but guess what? She's going to prison as a result of her decisions. These people are here in mourning, saddened because a senseless act took away their loved one. And you're sitting here laughing? Not in courtroom 502, she went on to say. Neither today nor any other day. Donna returned to court a few days later and apologized to the judge for her behavior. Her sentence was later reduced from 93 days to 1 day served. The video has over 1 million views on YouTube and thousands of comments from people shocked by Donna's inappropriate behavior. This is what empathy looks like, one user commented. Congratulations to the judge for taking swift action against this garbage woman. Number 4. Cassandra Jackson. Following an incident 40 years ago in which security cameras caught him in a heated outburst with a woman outside his courtroom, a former chief magistrate of the Hamilton County Court of Common Pleas has been suspended from practicing law for 6 months. On September 4th, 2018, a woman named Cassandra Jackson arrived for a court procedure on the 5th floor of the Hamilton County Courthouse. Jackson then went to Bachman's courtroom, hoping that her case would still be heard. Security cameras on the 5th floor of Hamilton County's courthouse captured Jackson getting heated at times while speaking with a clerk outside the courtroom. Bachman's law clerk walked out of the courtroom and talked to Jackson and the other clerk while watching the two on a video monitor. According to the video, Jackson was still speaking as the courtroom clerk turned away until the law clerk raised his hand and ended the conversation. Jackson then walked down the corridor, screaming loudly, which could be heard inside Bachman's courtroom. Bachman kept his right hand on Jackson's shoulder as they walked slowly back to his courtroom. Bachman held Jackson's neck and shoulder until he led her from the hallway into the courtroom and to a seat. When Jackson resisted arrest, Bachman charged her with contempt and increased her sentence. 2 days later, the charge against Jackson was dropped. Bachman then stepped down. The board also determined that Bachman failed to appreciate the inappropriateness of his actions, saying that while he testified that he regretted leaving the bench that day, he showed no remorse for the harm he had caused Jackson. Number 3. Penelope Soto. Penelope Soto, the 18-year-old who went viral after flipping off a Miami-Dade judge, appeared in court this morning to apologize. In exchange, Judge Jorge Rodriguez Chomat overturned his 30-day contempt of court sentence. My behavior was extremely irrational, and I sincerely apologize not only to the court and you, but also to my family, Soto told the judge.
My behavior was very irrational, and I apologize not only to the court and you, but to my family.
Soto was arrested after police received a call about a collapsed woman. They discovered her crying next to a bike with grass in her hair. Soto told police she was high on Xanax and had more in her purse. During her arraignment, she was cheerful and irrelevant. Rodriguez Chomat called her back after she left court with a dismissive adios after initially setting her bond at $5,000.
Bye-bye.
Adios.
He increased her bond to $10,000, and Soto told him to fuck off.
Count one will be 10,000.
The judge sentenced her to 30 days in jail on contempt of court charges. Her sentence was overturned and her bond was raised to $5,000. If Soto completes a rehabilitation program, all charges will be dropped. That was the case. The case was not dropped. Number 2, Amber Rocco.
It's called self-defense, you stupid. Who you calling in? You, mother. You're racist as.
A woman accused of hurling racial epithets at a black couple in McMinnville more than a year ago is in hot water once more. In the 2019 case, Amber Rocco pleaded guilty to charges of unauthorized use of a weapon, intimidation, and 2 counts of harassment.
Robertson says she was trying to end things. Her 15-month-old daughter also in that car with her, but that woman kept on going.
I feared for my safety and my daughter's safety because I didn't know what she had planned to do, and she didn't look quite all there.
She was sentenced to 30 days in prison. Last week, Rocco was arrested for allegedly using mace on her neighbor and yelling racial slurs at her. Barbara Heldman Kinney, that neighbor, told KOIN 6 News that she has had problems with Rocco and is now his most recent victim. According to Helderman Kinney, the entire situation has made her fear for her life. Helderman Kinney claims she was shoveling snow outside her Idana home when Rocco approached her and began circling her with a mace can. That's when Helderman Kinney asked Rocco what she was holding, escalating the situation. She said pepper spray, you know, the B word, and she said, "If you don't know, go back to Mexico," says one eyewitness. According to Helderman Kinney, that's what my girlfriend said they did in McMinnville, the same thing. According to Lieutenant Michelle Duncan of the Lynn County Sheriff's Office, Rocco was arrested on January 14th for second-degree unlawful use of tear gas or mace. Steve Kinney, Alderman Kinney's husband, said the couple has surveillance videos and has turned it over to deputies. Her forehead was red, her nose was red, but that's all on video, and the cops have a copy of everything, he explained. Number 1, Lena Hernandez.
Probably seen it by now. A woman caught on camera directing racist tirades at people. Torrance police say they know who she is, but they still haven't found her. Eyewitness News reporter Eileen Frere has the story.
Asian country you belong in.
Okay, race.
Torrance.
Lena Hernandez, the woman accused of racist rants against Asians in Torrance, was sentenced to 45 days in jail in 2019 for assaulting a woman at a mall. Lena Hernandez, 54 of Long Beach, agreed to plead no contest to misdemeanor battery in exchange for a 47-day county jail sentence, 3 years probation, and anger management classes. She was also told to stay at least 100 yards away from both the victim and the mall where the attack occurred. The victim of the attack, as well as others who were outraged by her racist remarks, are outraged and believe Hernandez should have served more time. That's how they value Asian Americans, victim Casey-Leen Salminow explained. That is how they regard our safety. It's disappointing that they'd only do the bare minimum.
What she did was violent. It was a violent attack to me. So it should have been the maximum amount of 6 months.
Hernandez was caught on camera at least twice this year delivering rants directed at Asian Americans in Torrance Park. In one instance, she told a woman working in the park to return to whatever expletive Asian country you belong in. In another, she used a mock Asian accent to tell a man in the park to go home and refer to him as Chinaman. Following the revelation of those incidents, Saminao took to Twitter to claim that she was assaulted by Hernandez at the Del Amo Mall in Torrance last year.
I was like, oh my goodness. I literally jump up and I'm like, this is the woman. This lady's still out on the streets harassing other humans.
And that police took no action after she filed a report. According to the victim, Hernandez verbally assaulted a mall custodian, and when she tried to intervene, Hernandez assaulted her and pushed her to the ground. She shoved me to the ground, according to the victim's statement read in court by Saminao. I tried to hold my ground. She yanked my hair, threw my head to the ground, and punched me in the back of the head several times. She urged the judge to reject the plea deal in court, claiming that the attack had caused her psychological trauma. I couldn't go places we liked for 9 months because I was afraid of seeing her again in our community, she explained. Saminao claimed that Torrance police did not take her complaint seriously at first. Following the increased attention to the viral video of the park tirades, the Torrance City Attorney's Office filed a misdemeanor battery complaint against Hernandez over the summer. Hernandez was arrested in July for misdemeanor battery in connection with the mall attack. According to Saminao's attorney, the sentence is insufficient and sends the wrong message to others. What message does it send to other perpetrators, other violent racists out there, that you can just assault someone, push them to the ground, and only get a 45-day sentence? Attorney Sandy Roxas asked. Karens are annoying and not in a good way. They don't care for any repercussions, and this is precisely what costs them. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, please subscribe and share this video with your friends.